Welcome back to the Horror Movie Files. Today's topic will cover a cult classic in creepypasta horror known as NES Godzilla. This video will contain pixelated images of disturbing and grotesque monsters, as well as mentions of physical and mental harm. If any of that makes you uncomfortable, then please feel free to click off the video. For those willing to continue, let's begin with SCP-ADG. SCP-ADG. Primary code name, the kaiju within a video game. Secondary code name, the unheard destroyer of Earth, Red. Third code name, King of Nightmares. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures. The sole copy of SCP-ADG is kept in the anomalous media storage unit at Site AA. It is placed within a metal safe that is locked with an 8-digit passcode that will set off a hidden but powerful explosive should the wrong code be input. The safe is 5 by 5 meters in size, large enough for 2 AFA-1 units armed with Foundation laser rifles to fit inside and guard SCP-ADG within. Should anyone manage to input the right passcode, they will be shot on sight by these AFA-1 units, even if they are Foundation staff. Testing has been restricted due to the potential hazard of an XK class end of the world scenario, should SCP-ADG be activated again. Description: SCP-ADG is a video game copy of the 1988 game Godzilla, Monster of Monsters. As you may know, Godzilla is known by the Foundation as SCP-ABQ. So you may be wondering as to how it's possible for the public to have a video game about something that should be classified. That's because SCP-ABQ has been spotted quite a few times off the coasts of several major cities around the world, all the way back to its discovery in 1954. Mobile Task Force Gamma 5 Red Herrings tried their best to erase its existence from the public, and when it was later formed along with the internet, Mobile Task Force Dionysus-1 Fake News assisted in the censorship. However, despite their best efforts, SCP-ABQ still managed to be caught by the public eye, with images and recordings circulating within the ever-growing internet. To prevent the veil over the anomalous world from being broken, the Toho company was asked to create a movie franchise out of the images and recordings of SCP-ABQ, using them as promotional material. This was the birth of the long movie franchise that somehow made millions, despite only being made for the purpose of hiding SCP-ABQ in plain view. As with any franchise, there also came toys, cartoons, comics, and eventually, video games. SCP-ADG is a copy of one such game, though for whatever reason has become the prison of an extremely dangerous anomaly. Upon first glance, SCP-ADG is a seemingly normal copy of the game, with a few minor glitches here and there. However, as the player progresses through the game, they will begin to experience strange occurrences. Such oddities include the screen turning red, strange glitching, and uncomfortable noises, characters changing into obscure and grotesque versions of themselves, the appearance of never-before-seen and disturbing-looking kaiju characters, and the game itself asking the player strange questions at random intervals. Should the player continue the game, they will eventually encounter a grotesque and evil entity known as SCP-ADG Red. SCP-ADG Red is a horrific kaiju character within the game, having 4 insectoid legs, a crimson fleshy body, a short tail, 2 shriveled up and folded arms, and a head resembling a human face if it was skinned. SCP-ADG Red has the anomalous ability to always be aware of the player, including what they are doing and what they say, even being able to send messages to them through the screen. SCP-ADG Red seems to have the desire to taunt and torment the player by making the landscape the player traverses through slowly transform into an absolute nightmare. Most notably, throughout most of the playthrough, SCP-ADG Red is indestructible, forcing the player to run in order to keep their character alive. Though the player is eventually allowed to fight SCP-ADG Red, the entity always makes it so that it has an overwhelming advantage to the point that it's impossible to kill it regardless. Furthermore, at this point it's impossible to stop the game, as the player will become trapped by SCP-ADG Red in the real world, only able to pause or resume playing, but can't do anything else. Though it is possible to receive help from other characters within the game. A horrific trait of SCP-ADG Red is that when it finally defeats the player in the game, it is able to steal their soul. Not only does this make SCP-ADG Red stronger, but the entity likes to torture the souls within the game, making them feel pain for all eternity. However, it is possible for them to fully defy their captivity and free the player from certain restrictions in the game that SCP-ADG Red enforces. According to the notes left by SCP-ADG Red trapped the soul of his late girlfriend, but because of their bond, she broke free and helped him fight SCP-ADG Red, to both free her soul into the afterlife and himself from the captivity of the game. Though, according to the notes, a key component to this victory was the unlocked character known as SCP-ADG Gold. SCP-ADG Gold is a secret character within the game called a Callus, who is a golden humanoid kaiju with 3 spikes on his back and a head that resembles a knight's helmet. He, like many other characters within SCP-ADG, is not featured anywhere in the Toho Godzilla franchise or even among the cataloged members of Species of Interest, the Titans. Regardless, previous testing shows that SCP-ADG Gold is the only character powerful enough to defeat SCP-ADG Red and free the player from its grasp. Doing this also allows all previous and unfortunate players who have lost their souls to be free from SCP-ADG, but only after these conditions are met. Currently, not only is this the only method to free any trapped souls, but it's extremely difficult to obtain SCP-ADG Gold. Additionally, it has become more difficult as SCP-ADG Red is aware this has become a strategy of Foundation players. It is for this reason, after the incident, testing has been restricted until further notice. Why SCP-ADG Gold and SCP-ADG Red exist the way they do, and why Red targets and torments players of the game is unknown. Though given the personality, appearance, and overall nature of SCP-ADG Red, the working theory is that in an alternate world, SCP-ADG Red was a real living, breathing titan that managed to kill SCP-ABQ and all of his allies, and after taking over the Earth, he decided to go to another reality. Our reality. However, for one reason or another, he ended up trapped in a game, either due to an accident, or possibly because SCP-ADG Gold was following him, trying to stop him, leading to them both being trapped. There is an additional theory that both SCP-ADG Red and SCP-ADG Gold are spawns of the Scarlet King, with Red being born from the Scarlet Bride Ahnut, and Gold being born from the Scarlet Bride Ahabat. These theories have been criticized as outlandish, but given what we here at the Foundation have encountered in the past, they have not been ruled out as impossible. SCP-ADG was discovered in 2011 when sold the copy on eBay with a written warning telling any player to stop the game if they encountered SCP-ADG Red. What drew Foundation attention was the initial bidding war for SCP-ADG, occurring between Group of Interest Togosoft and Arcadia. Ultimately, Arcadia won the bidding war, but the package was intercepted by Mobile Task Force Alpha 4, Pony Express. Testing with D-Class began immediately, and as it continued, SCP-ADG Red won more and more often, eating the souls of D-Class, seemingly growing smarter and stronger as a result. Ultimately, when SCP-ADG Red managed to consistently steal at least 5 souls, it caused a... In response, all further testing was restricted to prevent SCP-ADG from growing further in power. It is unknown how many souls SCP-ADG Red needs in order to break out of the game, or if that is even its end goal. Though given everything that we've learned, should it obtain an abundance of souls, there is a very likely chance the end result will be an XK class Enter the World scenario. And that was SCP-ADG. Thank you to everyone for watching this video to the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as I upload new shorts every weekday and have a new video prepared every week. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video and comment down below what you thought. All criticism is helpful to creators, so please don't hold back on your opinions. Though if you're a new watcher on YouTube, please also follow me on Tumblr, as most of my projects are there, including all the latest files, tales, and news about SCP horror movie files. Link will be in the description below. But if you're more interested in getting access to content early, please become a member of my Patreon. Just like The Shining Canyon, William Adams, and Cierra Hernandez, you'll get early access to 10 videos, 15 weeks worth of SCP-HMF content, my various art collections, and be able to request what you want me to make next. I update my Patreon daily and always announce major updates, so as a patron you'll never miss out. Link is also in the description. Thank you all again for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.